Because nowadays the word microbiome is popping up everywhere. Gut health for your immunity with COVID and whatnot. Can you just expand on that? On and you did talk about it in the past, the relationship of
Yep.
raw milk to the microbiome, and then the microbiome in general. What is it? Why should we take care of it?
I am part of the International Milk Genomics Consortium. International Milk Genomics Consortium is the PhD level researchers that work here at UC Davis in California and collaborate with multiple universities around the world to do advanced research on breast milk. And they look at raw milk and they look at breast milk and they talk about the microbiome of the body. And they say, okay, what is the microbiome? Well, if you look at what makes us genomically human, there's a great TED talk by Dr. Bonnie Basler. She's an MIT researcher, Princeton University, MIT, that actually was part of that whole human genome research project to figure out what we are genomically, what DNA makes us human. The most shocking thing that came out about that was in 2002 when they actually discovered the human genome was that the majority of the genetics of what makes us human in this life actually comes from the bacteria on and in our bodies, not from mom and dad and 23andMe. The genetics that mom and dad gave you sperm and egg when you're born. No, the majority, and there's an argument whether it's 60% or 95%, but a massive majority of the genetic information which actually drives us to be healthy and to function properly and gives us all of our wonderful traits, not traits, wonderful activities, I should say. The traits come from mom and dad, but the activities, what you do with the genomics, the genes from your mom and dad, has to do with the bacteria that actually share their genomic information at the cellular level. And in fact, we can define autoimmune diseases as the lack of the microbiome being present in its diversity. When you become too clean, your body reacts to itself and starts attacking itself because it's kind of too clean stupid. It doesn't have the genomic bandwidth to actually function properly. And that the healthiest people on earth are those that have genomic or genetic bandwidth. They have biodiversity of good bacteria that can share their genetic information with our human cells to keep them going properly straight, keep them on the straight and narrow in terms of what they're supposed to do. And it really makes you think about life on Earth differently. The first forms of life on Earth were the archaeobacteria. And the scientists tell us that the archaeobacteria are the foundations of all life on Earth. So if you look at our genomic beginnings, we are Bacteriosapiens. We just look like humans, but we're not. We are humans in form because of our evolutionary traits that we were given by all the choices that made over 1 billion years. But the bottom line is, at the core of our foundation, we are Bacteriosapiens, and we need good bacteria to do every function that we're supposed to function properly. And the specialized functions come from the fact that we're genomically human. But the genome itself is the microbiome, the microbial bacterial diversity is something we get from our food, from hugs, kisses, air, soil, cats and dogs. The environment we're in reflects that. And we have sterilized it or limited it to a point with cleansing ourselves inside and out with antibiotics and Purell and purified foods and all the other things that we've become very autoimmune challenged. And a lot of people theorize that cancer is part of that. Because it's one of the inflammatory things that happens when you become really sterilized and your body can't function properly. So I'm not suggesting we all go wallow in manure and become filthy dirty, but I am suggesting that we are missing our microbiome integrity in terms of the diversity of bacteria that we need in order to thrive. And by the way, that bacteria needs whole food to thrive. It eats whole food. It doesn't eat preservatives in food because preservatives kill bacteria. That's what preservatives do. They extend shelf life. So the microbiome is becoming so important because it is important in terms of taking care of it and nourishing it.